Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this episode we're in the south of France, and more precisely in Cannes during the Cannes Film Festival, which is a really huge film festival that happens every year, and it turns this city pretty much upside down because the whole film industry of the whole world comes right here in this little city. And yes, it is crazy because there's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of screenings, there's just a lot of people all around. So, well, with all this craziness, let's explore. The Cannes Film Festival was founded in 1946 and is an invitation-only festival held annually, usually in May, at the Palais des Festivals et des Congrès. It is one of the big three major European film festivals, alongside the Venice Film Festival in Italy and the Berlin International Film Festival in Germany. Through its success, the festival has become an important showcase for European films, offering an opportunity to determine a particular country's image of its cinema and generally foster the notion that European cinema is art cinema. Additionally, given media exposure, the non-public festival is attended by many stars and is a popular venue for film producers to launch their new films and to attempt to sell their works to the distributors who come from all over the globe. Le Palais du Festival de Cannes is right behind me, and this is the 75th Cannes Film Festival, and I can assure you that this year it's a full house. There's so many people everywhere. It's literally craziness. But even though it is kind of crazy, well, I did fly all the way here to the south of France, so I think I gotta go inside. I'm really curious to see who came, who didn't come. But seeing how many people are here this year, I can guarantee you, well, everybody's here. The Palais des Festivals et des Congrès is the main convention center in Cannes. The current building opened in 1982 and replaced its predecessor, which was built in 1949. The new building, a six-story building designed in the modernist style by the architects Sir Herbert Bennett and François Drouet, was constructed on the site of the municipal casino. The current building has an overall space capacity of 35,000 square meters for exhibitions, as well as numerous rooms and 18 auditoriums. Once you come inside the pavilion, well, there are a ton of distribution companies. There's people that are acquiring movies, there's other people that are distributing movies, there are people that are trying to sell their movies to those distribution companies. It's pretty exhilarating, and there just are so many people doing so many things. There's a lot of business happening within these walls. And yeah, it's almost like a sensory overload in some way. But it is super exciting, and every country seems to have their own section too. So if you want to sell for the Asian market, for the African market, for the European market, for the American market, you can definitely find your cup of tea. But yeah, when you are here, you also do see a lot of bigger budget films, but at the same time you also see quite a few lower budget films. But yeah, there's everything in between, from big to low, low to high. And yeah, it is exhilarating, it's a lot of fun, and yeah, this is le marché du film. When you're at the film festival, it's kind of inevitable that you are going to pass by a couple of red carpets. Behind me, we actually have the biggest red carpet, the one that has all the big films, all the big movie stars that go up the stairs. They do have a couple screenings during the day, but the big showings are in the evening, and getting tickets to those are kind of difficult. But if you do have a pass, kind of like me, sometimes if you are lucky, you're able to book one in advance, but tickets are extremely limited. So yeah, except if you have an invitation, or if you know someone, or if you get to be a +1 of somebody else, it's kind of hard to go up the steps. But we are super close to the action, and usually in the evening, sometimes if you're lucky, you can stand kind of close and even see some celebrities going up the stairs, and that's kind of the fun of Cannes. The Grand Auditorium Louis Lumière is the main place where the biggest film screenings at the festival happen. Being such a popular location, making personal pictures on one's cell phone while going into the auditorium is not permitted. Moreover, wearing a tuxedo for males and a designer gown for females is mandatory in order to attend this type of event. One of the things here that I really appreciate during the festival is that they really try to represent a lot of countries. And we have the Village International, which is the international village. It has a bunch of little tents that represent quite a few countries. And I know that a lot of the countries too, they do also have some sort of party at some moment during the festival, kind of to represent the country. But also, if you are from that country, well, sometimes you may want to go by one of those tents because, well, they might welcome you and you might actually meet some people that, well, could help you fund your movie. The Village International welcomes more than 80 countries from around the world, gathered together among 60 pavilions. Each pavilion is customized to highlight the national cinematography, film locations, commissions, and tax rebates that each country has to offer. Also, most of the countries featured within these pavilions will also host meet and greet parties that allow festival attendees to network easily. The Croisette is definitely the place to be. This location is actually a nice boardwalk that lunges the whole seaside. You can see the beach on one side, then all the cool hotels on the other. And there's also quite a few pretty impressive restaurants. They're all beachside restaurants that are definitely exclusive. I think that during the year, anybody can kind of go. And I think during the day also you're able to go, but they are expensive. And then in the evenings, a lot of times the productions, the premieres that have happened on that day, rent out these restaurants and then they have their own parties right there. And sometimes it also has to do with different brands and different things. And if you are able to talk the bouncers into getting you in, you might actually be able to get in without an invitation, but I'm not that good of a talker. Some years I did have some friends that were able to get us into quite a few parties, but this year it'll be a little bit different, but it's still kind of cool to look at all this stuff during the day. And the Croisette is awesome and we are having a beautiful day right here, so it's really nice to enjoy the sun. There's truly quite a few luxury stores here on the Croisette. And yeah, a lot of the prices are kind of maybe even more expensive than what they should be because, well, first of all, there's a Cannes Film Festival, and then the rest of the year, well, they know that there's a ton of tourists that come and they're willing to spend a lot of money. But if you're willing to walk maybe 3 blocks a little bit further away from the beach, well, there's a much more regular boardwalk where you can actually buy some stuff, and there's regular stores with regular prices, and I assure you, you don't just have to buy luxury stuff right here in Cannes. Yes, if you go to the boardwalk where there is the beach, it's going to be expensive. Walk a little bit that way and it's not going to be too bad. The Promenade de la Croisette, or Boulevard de la Croisette, stretches along the shore of the Mediterranean Sea and is about 2 kilometers long. This area is the center of the city's tourist activity. Many expensive shops, restaurants, and hotels such as the Carlton, Majestic, JW Marriott Cannes, and Martinez line the road. Because of its beauty, it has gained enormous notoriety and is listed in the Cultural Heritage General Inventory of France. Of course, we can't forget that Cannes is not just a film festival, it's an actual city in the south of France, and it is beautiful. There's so much history in it. If you're willing to go a little bit further, you can get to some like little narrow streets that go up some hills, and it's really, really beautiful. It kind of looks like Assassin's Creed or probably many action films with a lot of high-speed pursuits because, yeah, they love going through all those narrow streets with cars. It just looks really beautiful, and there's a beautiful blend of new and old, but you can really, really see the history in all of these buildings. From the top of the hill, we are treated to beautiful views of the southern coast of France as well as the city of Cannes. Even though most of the excitement of the festival is happening close to the Palais des Festivals, it's really worth exploring the less busy parts of the city, as the streets leading up to the top of the hill showcase the medieval look of the city and the history that Europe has to offer. The Church of Notre-Dame d'Espérance is a parochial Catholic church situated on top of a hill overlooking the city of Cannes. Going up the stairs in old streets almost feels like we are transported into the past, and visiting Europe is all about seeing this history, so going up the hill is a must while in Cannes. This is such a stupendous area of the south of France. In French, this area is called La Côte d'Azur, or the Azure Coast in English. And it refers to the fact that the sea is just so darn blue in this area. And it's also a really beautiful sea because it's the Mediterranean kind of sea where it is very warm, and it's also transparent water, referring to the fact that it is super duper clean. But yeah, it's just beautiful. It's the kind of slice of heaven here in the south of France, and it kind of makes me also understand why so many elderly people love to retire in this area just because it's so beautiful and you're truly able to enjoy the sea. The Côte d'Azur, or French Riviera as its official English name, is the Mediterranean coastline of the southeast corner of France. There is no official boundary, but it is usually considered to extend from Toulon to the Italian border in the east. The coast is entirely within the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region of France. One thing that we can really tell here in Cannes is that, well, people have a lot of money. And you can certainly see it when you go to the Cannes port because, well, they have a docking pier for a bunch of the boats, but they're not just simple boats. They're actually mid-sized to really large-sized yachts. And during the film festival, well, a lot of people have parties on these yachts. So yeah, it's truly a sight to see. And yeah, if you do come to the festival, don't just stay in the festival area, walk a little bit further. Try to see the port because, well, it's nice to see big boats and they all have their own little signature design and name, and it's just nice to see. The city of Cannes has two ports, Vieux-Port beside the Palais des Festivals and Port Pierre-Cantot at the far end of the Croisette. Vieux-Port is the main port and popular for cruise stopovers and yacht charters. In addition to its port activities, the Old Port of Cannes hosts events such as the international renowned Yachten Festival or the Royal Regatta. Since this area of France is very wealthy, many enormous boats are stationed at this port and make for a very pleasant walk, lunging the sea simply to look at how extravagant some of the ships can be. Wow, finding a quiet street here in Cannes during the festival is practically impossible, but I did find some cool little stairs, so I thought that probably this is the best place to end this video. We saw so many people, we saw so many things. There's just so much things happening here. And yeah, but I hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this visit of Cannes. I think it's a really beautiful place, be it during the festival, be it, well, during the rest of the year. It is a place that you should go visit. But with that being said, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment too, let me know if there's other places you'd like me to visit. As you can see, I'm traveling a lot and I'm willing to go to other places and make videos about pretty much any kind of area in the world. So with that being said, have a great day and I'll see you guys in the next video.